All right, everybody. Well, welcome to today's webcast, LinkedIn, how to get qualified referrals, and the goal here is to make sure that you understand all the capabilities, not just with social media, but we're going to be talking and introducing you to some amazing new tools in the marketplace that we're using in combination with social media to help your deal flow and your clients onboard even faster. And what's better than a great referral, right? My name is Dean Delisle. I'm founder and CEO of Forward Progress and the creator of Social Jack social media system, which allows you to actually generate referrals and new business. So welcome, everybody. It's great to have you. It's Thursday. It's almost Friday. We're broadcasting live from Chicago. And so glad to have you all on. And we want to shout out to our sponsors, the Tebow Business Scoring System, which is amazing. We're going to talk about that a little later, and the platform InfoVera in combination with social media. So I see a lot of people chiming in and a lot of people that we know. So those of you that have been with us before know that if you want to communicate with us and ask questions throughout the program today, please do not be shy. Type those into the questions area of the GoToWebinar taskbar. So real quick, just so that we can test that, can you please type in where you're checking in from today? Just give us a quick, what city, what state, maybe even what country. We had folks on from all over. Oh, welcome, Norfolk, Virginia. Alan, welcome. Israel, welcome from Chicago. Welcome. And so just go ahead and type that into the questions area. Welcome, San Diego. Welcome, Austin, Texas. Welcome, Chicago. Welcome, LA. We have Toronto, Canada with us. Welcome, Glenn. Good to see you on. LA, welcome. Bob, good to see you on with us. We have New York, welcome. We have, LA, San Diego. I think we're representing all the major cities. San Francisco, welcome on today's program. Okay, good. So now you know where to type in to ask those questions. Remember, if you have audio issues, you just click simply change your audio button here. See if I can get the screen back up. From telephone to mic and speakers, or from mic and speakers to telephone or phone call, depending on the version that you're running. And that will pop up a telephone number and an access code, or you can use the mobile app and click on that link that we sent out and you can attend via the mobile app. So again, I want to thank you for joining us today, and welcome everybody. So social selling is really new to some, but it's been around for about 7 years now. It's a term that's used about, no different than us being closing deals, getting new clients, getting referrals. But the idea here is that you're utilizing new tools like LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, mobile tools. You're using, platforms like an InfoVera or a Tebow to score your clients. You're using new technology to augment the old way that we know how to sell and to generate more business, more conversion. So real quick, just so I know who we have with us today, I'm going to put a polling question up. What type of business or area of business best describes you? I have accounting firm, law firm, financial wealth management, commercial insurance, or business services professional. And that can be a host of management services. We're a marketing services provider. We're also sales trainers and coaches. And so just want to see who we have with us. You guys are real active today. 80% of you in 90% in 25 seconds. Really good. So this is who we have in the audience today. I'm just going to share that with you. So it's like you're at a networking event. Welcome. So all of you can see each other. So just wanted to show that. So in social selling, the idea is obviously let's get more clients with less effort. That's the bottom line. Okay, so real quick, I just want to know how much time, specifically on LinkedIn, do you guys spend per week? Let's just get that out right now. So I'm going to do one more polling question up here, just so I know if I have some people that are on it a lot. You guys are super active today. Look at that, 80% in 13 seconds. Okay, and so wherever you're at, just so you know, let's go ahead and share those results so you're not alone. And nobody's selected hardly ever, so that's good. So at least you're on a few hours. Some of you are on a little bit more, so that's good. Okay, So the idea here is, what are the benefits? So there's multiple levels of benefits, not just with generating new business, but your reputation, protection, visibility. It's the number one place right now where business owners, people that we're looking to gain as new clients, business owners that actually are looking for services companies just like all of us, and where they actually look, they type you into Google, and what's the first thing that comes up is your LinkedIn. So we're going to give you some cool things of how to make that better. And we always say we want to keep it simple. We always want you to learn and keep it simple. So social media we look at as a giant event. I'm here at the Alliance of Mergers and Acquisition Professionals here in Chicago. I'm at a conference and it's an event and people are networking. I'm looking across the trade show floor and people are networking, meeting one another, connecting. Well, that's what social media is about. So it's really, really important. Yes, Bob, I will make sure that we get, oh yes, we will get you a copy of the slide deck. So we will get you the slide deck and the recording and the materials. And actually, we have some other cool things here for you too. We're actually going to give you some leads, but we want to talk about that toward the end. So don't want to give away too much too early, right, Bob? But yes, we'll make sure you get all this. So statistics tell us and give us evidence, and we'll send you all these statistics that yes, business owners, the prospects that you're meeting with, are going to meet with, even if that CEO or that C-level executive is not on LinkedIn. Their team is. I was on with a bank president who is now on more, but he was sending his CFO and his CMO on social media to actually check out the people, check out the people that they want to do business with. And so if you think about the world and the changing world, even when email came out and even laptops, I don't want to date myself here, but over the last few decades, this technology has changed. If people weren't on it, they sent their people to go check it out or do it. I even know, and this may relate to some of you, that people had their personal assistant doing their emails. They would have drafts, they would review them just like letters, when we would send a lot of letters out, and then those drafts would go out and they would handle the response and coordinate the voice phone call or the meeting. And this is just the evolution of today's world. So don't forget that one of the most important things is that you're all connected. So it doesn't matter. Actually, could you type in the questions area? How many connections in LinkedIn do you have? Do you have, are you and just guess, you don't have to look this up. Is it 200, 300, 500, 1,000? Just type in the closest round number. Nancy, I'm not surprised you have 900 plus, and you probably know most of them too. Israel says 27,000. All right, so I'm going to be connected. So, but the idea is, let's think about the people out of that universe that Let's pretend that Glenn has 1,200 plus, but let's just pretend for a moment that about 300, 400 people. That's best case. We're talking about relationship. So as we think about this, on this screenshot that's going to be coming up here, 387 connections get you 6.4 million professionals. Now that's almost overwhelming. Now these are people, so let's just say out of the 1,200, Glenn, 387 is your magic number. You still have access to be introduced or connected to 6.4 million people. Isn't that? That's interesting. So now, as you're making those introductions or business introductions, wouldn't it be cool to know if those are good companies or bad companies, or if they could even use your services without taking 4 meetings or taking all the time to get to that answer? We're going to talk about that here in a minute, how to score those efficiently. Now, our goal is that a lot of you are spending 4 to 6 hours, 2 to 4 hours, sometimes more than 6 hours, but how many deals are you getting out of here? How many deals? And some of you are at a much higher level. You get a deal a week, a deal a month, a couple deals a year. Regardless, our whole philosophy is built on a system of 20 minutes a day, one referral every 5 minutes, which is pretty good if you think about activity. You almost wish you could get that out of most of the events that you attend, correct? Everybody's chiming in on that. I get that. So what are your goals? Do you want to generate new business, increase referrals? Do you want to be seen as a thought leader, a speaker? Maybe some of you are doing speaking or wanting to get paid for speaking. So in this, you want to know what are your goals? What are you trying to get? So when you log into LinkedIn or use any type of system, be very specific with what are your goals. The next most important thing, what type of business are you looking for? So I'm going to put some qualifiers on the screen. What's the annual revenue that best fits your target? Just so that when we do deal scouting, we can help you find leads, which we're going to do for you. But as we're looking at this, where do you like to play? Some people's sweet spots are smaller companies. Some like the 10 million plus companies. Some people like $5 to $10 million in annual revenue. So what's your sweet spot? So it looks like we have a pretty diverse group here. So, and I'm going to go through this a little quickly, and if I miss you, we can circle back around. But there you go. So there's where today's universe is. Okay, so there you go. You're not alone. See, some of you guys should be partnering already. We'll see if we can get you together so that you can connect to one another. We have some. I was looking at who was registered today, and it looks like some good ideal partnerships. The other thing you want to know is, is it maybe based on employee count? So, you think about employee size, or you think about demographics. Are you in certain markets, certain industries that you really niche at? What is best for you? So you want to have that clear, distinct thing. So let's say you have your target dialed in. Let's say you know what you want to get. You want to get 2 appointments a week, 10 appointments a week, and you want those to be good, qualified appointments. Well, we're all about the ROI. So at the end of this, we're going to send you an ROI calculator. Jackson, please make a note of that. We want to make sure everybody gets a copy of this ROI calculator, because if you're going to spend 20 minutes a day, we want it measurable. Now everybody on with us, some of you have deals that are 35,000, 500,000, you're all over the place, and your cycles to close are much different. But we have a calculator that will help you discern that. So we'll send you a video too, so that you can determine how to best calculate that. But I don't want to focus on that today. So let's talk about a couple of basic fundamentals. So as we look at this, if you think about the fact that the most important thing is for you to look good. So we want to make sure you have a complete profile that actually achieves those goals and actually speaks to that target. So as we think about that, be clear. So when you're looking at your LinkedIn profile, what are you going to do for people? How are you going to help them? That should be at the very top. Why and how? What's your credibility? How many, if you're, I'm here at an M&A conference, so people want to know, we partner with Pete Chrisman and others here. He's done over 200 business transactions in buying and selling companies in the billions of dollars. That's his credibility piece. He's written 3 books, and he's very clear on how he's going to help people. So are you clear enough in how you're helping people? And the goal here is that what we see is a high bounce rate. That means that maybe people are finding you. People are looking at your profile. But just like we measure on a website, are they sticking around? How long are they staying on your profile, and are they contacting you? This is what LinkedIn can't tell us yet. But we see when we monitor on the other side of this that there's a high bounce rate. Okay, so we want to make sure that people get to you and there's stickiness and they contact you and you get business. Now, the cool thing is about the profile, which we're going to give you this profile cheat sheet too, that what we want to do is make sure it's sticky. People keep coming back. So now you get the people that are coming back, and you still have a job to do. You still have to qualify them. Right? So let's talk a little bit about running down that path. So let's say you're attracting the ideal target, and the next goal here is how do we get them qualified? So this is the handout we're gonna give you. Jackson's gonna send this stuff to you. Okay, the key is at any network. Actually, Jackson, I'm gonna give out a Starbucks gift card here. So at any network event, when you go to a networking event, what is your number one goal at a networking event to walk out of there with? What do you want to leave with at a networking event? Type that into the questions area right now. I'll take the first person that responds here. When you go into a networking event, what do you want to leave with? Close, Israel. Yes, Nancy Reed. Contacts that will lead to a new business, a qualified prospect. Jackson, give a gift card to Israel, Nancy, and Bob. They were But Israel, I want you to hear me on this. Contacts that will lead to a new business, and then Bob, a qualified prospect. Okay? So look at that. I'm feeling generous today. We give out 3 Starbucks gift cards. You just have to use today's technique to land a meeting and then have a conversation about teaching somebody what you're learning here. As long as you guys agree to do that, you all have Starbucks gift cards. There you go. Okay. Number 2, we talk about network diving. Network diving is the simple act of literally looking at someone's networks. In today's world, in LinkedIn, you can literally go and look at, as long as people share them and you're connected, you can look at their contacts. Well, we call this network diving. You're just really seeking referrals. Okay. And what we're going to do is when we're talking to you about the scoring system and everything else, we're going to give you access to some free training that you don't have to pay for, where you will actually be able to dive into people's networks and pull out referrals. You guys excited about that? Oh yes, okay. So I just want to make sure you guys were excited about that. So that's all free, that's all complimentary. So yes, okay, thanks Israel. Okay, but listen, here's the thing. In order to get contacts, Nancy said contacts that will lead a new business. Bob was saying qualified prospects. Here's the thing. You can't do that unless you talk to people. If you walk into a networking event, just like at this conference, and you were to walk around the room, and even if you were the best dressed person in the room with the best profile, if you don't have a conversation, you're not going to get any business. Everybody agree? You're not going to get any business. It's a fact. Well, bottom line is, the goal here is that the minute you start liking and commenting, look at the numbers on the screen, you get a tremendous amount of power just being seen in that person's network. And this is the goal. The goal is to make sure that absolutely you get seen and you get known, and so that you're top of mind, so that you can grab those referrals. And this is what we used to do. This is what we used to do. It's that easy. We used to do this all the time. Remember, I mean, some of you sent out calendars and pens and postcards and all kinds of. Remember, I think they called it chunky mail or something like that, where it was like stuff was in there and people had to open the envelope. Well, this is sort of the new chunky mail, but it's a networking event where you can have conversations. Okay, and now here's the cool thing. So now there's hashtags. So hashtags are another thing where you can either follow a trend or you can be part of a trend. So a lot of you said that, we had some law firms and accounting firms on here with us, and let's just say you're in an accounting firm and you're part of the the M&A business. Well, you're going to attach to trends, much like acquisition, merger. Those are key words. In our courses, we teach you how to get your profile to the top of those keywords. Well, if you want to see conversations, it is super easy. You basically now, you see at the top here, I have hashtag business. Hopefully you can see that. Hashtag asset protection. Hashtag business. Okay, if you're just looking for people that are in those conversations and you are a relevant expert in those conversations, leave here today and start using hashtags in your search, and you will find content relevant to what you are good at talking about, and you'll be able to get appointments with those people. That's the easy part. We still have to qualify them. So really super quick, the next thing is you have to use video. So Jackson, who's on with us today, yes, he happens to be related. We had over 1 million impressions on a 30-second video that we shot because we actually talked about Social Jack, our company. You see Ellie Moody, we tagged her in this, and we tagged McDonald's because we were, working with her, talking about her in the content. 3 simple tags. This was even before hashtags. 60-second video with over 1 million impressions. 1 million people. So it's about collaboration, connecting, networking together, and partnering online. So I want you to have that mindset, or that feeling that being in a partnership is where the power is. Power is in the partnership. In fact, that was one of the themes here at the AMAA conference. That was super cool. So now I just want to talk to you about an ideal partnership thought here. And yes, we'll send you this recording. We're going to send you these other tools. But our sponsors today are Tebow Scoring and Infovera. And this is where partnering really counts, because they have, the reason we became partners of theirs is because they have a predictive scoring platform, where there's actually 5 areas of business that they score a business on. But let's say, Bob, that you are looking for manufacturing clients. I'm just going to put that out there in the $10 million range. That's your sweet spot, and play along with whatever your target is. But let's say all of a sudden you have the opportunity to actually determine, is that client in the right position to hire you? Are they in a growth stage, or are they moving toward a growth stage? Well, Linus has developed this scoring system that we use now called Tebow Scoring System, where literally you can determine if a company has a lower score, maybe they need help in growth. And some of you help people with that. Some of you help people on the later stage of their business when they're really healthy and they're growing. They're looking to transition, exit, acquire, maybe merge with another company. And so I'm super excited, and I'm bringing on Linus, the CEO of InfoVera, because I was able to get him today. He's busy flying around meetings and conferences. But Linus, I just want to introduce you here and thank you for coming up with this scoring system so that we don't have to work so hard qualifying our business leads. So welcome to today.
Well, thank you for having me, Dean, and thank you everyone for taking the time out of your day to attend this session. We're very happy to be associated with you and enjoy sponsoring these things. So thank you again.
Yeah, and are you in Austin today, or are you traveling? I know you travel a lot.
I am. You can tell from my accent, I'm not American. I'm Texan, and I live here in Austin.
Yes, and I love Austin, Texas, except this time of year it's a little too hot there, right?
It's like the surface of the sun.
Okay, so realistically, you were well with your company. You had been a business advisor for many years, just like we're talking about here. We have advisors on with us, and there's this age-old component where it just takes so doggone long to help these companies understand where they're at. And you've come up with like the ultimate scoring prospecting tool, which we're going to give everybody a sample of leads, and we're going to give everybody a sample of what the scoring tool looks like. But now I have something that I can walk into a business owner, tell them that they have a score, tell them where they're at, show them, I'm on the marketing growth side, but I can show them how I can help them grow their business. So tell us a little bit, how this worked with, Swiss Avenue Partners, and when you guys, were going out, and Swiss Avenue Partners is still around today, but so why did you develop this, and why does it work so well?
Well, thank you. Look, the primary activity I've been involved with for something like 20 years has been working with small, middle market sized businesses, 5 million plus in sales, like 20 to 250 employees. And in all of those cases, the starting point for me was to say to a business owner, like, what's your company worth?
Right.
You know what your house is worth, you know what your portfolio is worth. And for most of them, their retirement, all of their assets, their 401k is their business. So I said, what's your company worth? And they had no idea, which I just thought was crazy.
Well, I didn't know until you told me, until you showed me.
Well, yeah, so that's component number one. Component number two is, look, this is a market value. This is not a valuation that you need to have done, because everyone understands, all of the business owners that I talk to, I said, what do you think your company's worth? And they would say, well, it's worth about $10 million. And I'd say, well, how did you come up with that? And I'd say, well, I got about $1 million worth of profit, and Jack down the road sold his business for 10 times that, so it's worth 10 million. And so the key to that is we understand our performance metrics, our sales or our EBITDA or any of that type of stuff. What we don't know as business owners is, what's the range of multiple that I could get if I sold my company? And so we at InfoVera, we went out and we acquired the largest database of transactions for privately held companies in the country. So we're the biggest. If you go to an M&A advisor right now and they go to a database and they say, here's what companies have sold for, we're bigger than them. And I took that database and I made it a part of the Tebow score, because the issue with Tebow is only that if you were to sell your company, you might get, let's say, somewhere between 2 times and 7 times profit. Let's just say, or 1 times sales to 2 times sales. Let's just use those as right. So how is it that one company sells for 2 times profit and the other one sells for 7 times profit? Like, how on $1 million worth of EBITDA, that's a $5 million delta for 0 in sales. That's $5 million. Well, what the Tebow score does is it looks like FICO, and it's real simple. It says if you're scoring 550, then you're closer to the 2, and if you score 750, you're closer to the 7. And so the score in of itself is interesting, but what's far more important is it correlates to where you'd sit on the range of multiples if you were to sell your company. And the last bit that we did then was we said, well, why don't we become Zillow and actually provide that score and provide the multiples to business owners? And so today we have almost 1 million businesses on our database. If your company has 5 or more employees, you probably already have a Tebow score. You probably already have us tracking and logging you, and every 180 days, every 6 months, that score is going to be updated whether you provide information to us at all or not. But that score just tells us, or helps to tell you, what range of multiples and where you would sit on that range of multiples. So it's been an amazing process.
So no, thank you for that. And for those of you that I'm going to put it in Dean marketing simple terms. So multiples in a business, just in case maybe you don't work with a company at that level. But the reason this is an eye opener for business owners is because when you walk in and you're like, hey, listen, what you could get for your business or how it's valued means that if let's just say you're you're walking in and they're a $10 million business and they have a million in EBITDA. Some businesses are scored on their value based on how much revenue, pure sales. We're software platform, we're SaaS, it's on sales. Some are based purely on EBITDA. But what's interesting about this, or at least what I found, is it pointed out, holes in my, management team. I mean, there was other things that I got out of this, and I don't want to get too deep today because we only have a couple minutes left. But what I'd like to do, Linus, is I'm going to give everybody, I know you've given me permission to do this, but I'm going to give everybody access to actually go through the system. We're going to show them not just how easily the companies are scored. And you guys have scored over 1 million businesses, right, in the U.S. so far?
Yeah, we have them. Yes, we have them on our database, and they are there permanently. And just like your credit score, it's being updated regularly. Our intention is to get this to 10 million in the next couple of years.
Right. So real quick on everybody's screen right now, it's like we're going to give Tracy and Scott are going to talk to some of you and get you on a demo next week. I know we're pretty full next week already. I think we have a couple slots left, and all of you are saying that you want yes immediately, and we're going to get you as fast as possible. But obviously, just being at these shows and doing these webcasts, it's pretty hot because there's a partner program. Remember, I spoke to you about the importance of partnering. Literally, when our folks talk to you for $59 a month, which Linus, everybody at this show said is way too crazy low. But I know, we're looking to bring partners on. But the idea is not only do you get access to the entire scoring system, I mean, 1 million scored businesses, but you also get a couple of these really detailed lead reports where you can walk into a business and have that conversation. And they've graciously licensed the Social Jack platform, which gets you all the referrals that you want as part of this, included in that. And so what we want to do is give everybody the opportunity to actually at least touch and feel and see what we're talking about. And then, hopefully everybody joins the rest of us that are on with this partnership. But Linus, I want to thank you for your time and everybody that's on with us today. And thank you for putting this together, because I've always been, me, I've been a referral lead generating junkie for the last 30 years, but I've never had an independent scoring system that could actually tell me or help me with a conversation with the CEO of these companies or the C-suite of these companies. And this is, to me, it's revolutionary. It's next step. And, I love that, anything to do with helping the process faster. So.
Well, thank you, Dean. Yeah, as you say, our position here is we're an independent third-party agency, and we are, if you like, the bad cop. We're standardized across the board, and our job is to help you and to help all of the people here, advisors, to be able to say to them, hey, here are the areas that you could improve. This is what you could be worth. And we think that we can help you do the things that Infovera says is holes in what you have. So I'm the bad cop, you're the good cop.
Well, and the cool thing is it's like a FICO score. So you could actually be, we can be the good cop and say, we can help you. We know how to get your score up. And what you guys do, an amazing job at coaching and helping us understand how to partner with the accountant, with the financial advisor, with the attorney, with everybody. And this is where this partnering thing, which I'm all about, and everybody that knows me knows this is what I'm all about. And so now it's become this social partnering tool where now you can be in better partnership with your accountant. Let's say you're a management consultant person and you partner with accountants. You could be in a better relationship with them and generate business for the both of you. And that's where I think the huge opportunity is at for all of us. And just like Glenn chimed in, he's from the insurance space, and he was saying, hey, do you have any partner in the insurance industry? And we have done a ton of work. In fact, we have some large insurance folks. We have banks that are coming at us. We have a ton of people that are coming on board that really initially I didn't think of, and I don't know if Linus you even planned on, because you came out of the financial advisor space. But it's like this is almost like anybody that's in B2B services and needs to talk to business owners. It's the ultimate door opener. So
well, and Dean, just quickly for what it's worth. Yes, we've got a number of both property and casualty and benefits and other types of, at one end of the broker network, that for whom this is, of course, an ideal kind of outlet. But let me tell you, on our advisory board, if you go to the Sterling Creek Holdings website, you'll see on there is a guy by the name of Simon Baitler on our advisory board, who was the deputy chairman of Transamerica. So we have a huge proposition into both the banking industry. You may know that we've just recently launched an SBA Lending Platform. So if you or your clients are looking to get SBA loans, we have it on. We've got a specific initiative to that, and we have a large one that will be announcing very shortly within the insurance space, and very soon behind all of that is going to be benefits.
And I didn't even mention this, but you guys are the ultimate marketing partners too. So as you sign on or you come on as part of the partner program, Infovera will invest in your marketplace with you and help generate leads, fill events, and webcasts and all the cool stuff. So just like we're doing here.
Hey Dean,
yep.
Could I get in one plug? Can I ask everybody who wants to go to SBAQuickLoan.com? If you've got clients who are looking to get loans, SBA loans, go to SBAQuickLoan.com.
Yeah. Yes, Jackson, send that link out. Send that link out right now to everybody. It's SBAQuickLoan.com. But this will actually, if you fill that out or your clients fill it out, you will actually get a score and a range. You will get a range that you can borrow through SBA, and instantly within minutes determine what that amount is. And it handles, I think, for actually, I don't know if I have this quick. Let me see if I can do this. I'm actually going to bring it up.
Hey, I didn't mean to hijack the conversation.
No. But it's right here, SBAQuickLoan.com. And as long as you're in acquisition, real estate, expansion, or startup, you can absolutely determine, even if you want to do it for yourself, you can actually, I forgot about this, but you can actually, it'll tell you how much you can borrow and how much you can qualify for. And you're just filling out the data points that are required. And it's the fastest, coolest thing. And Infovera has partnered with this entire system to do that. But great call, Linus. So thank you for bringing that to our attention.
Thank you for indulging me on that. Much appreciated.
All right, everybody. Don't forget to fix your profiles. Look good. Jackson's going to send out some the video, the connection to the slide deck, and also the handouts that we talked about. We're going to get together with those of you that said that you wanted to get your leads and go through the platform. And so I think we've addressed all questions in here. And so I know we ran over a few minutes. Sorry about that. But listen, I want to thank everybody that was on today. Take one thing that you learned today and put it into action. Jackson is going to send out those Starbucks gift cards to our amazing winners today. And remember, if you engage, you partner, you win. It's straight up a fact, and I'll challenge anybody that says otherwise out there to you. So anyway, I want to thank everybody for being on, and please, I encourage you to follow us and follow our sponsors, Infovera and Tebow Score, .com, so that you can stay connected to the things that really matter and the things that will actually change the way you do business, make things easier and more efficient for you. So with that being said, I'm going to wish everybody a good rest of your week and on to the weekend. And then we'll be in touch with you. And thank you so much. Ross, good to see you on. Thank you as well. All right, everybody, have a good one, and watch your inbox and watch your phone. We'll be contacting you. Thank you.